I'm Lindsey Samper, and today we're going to do some really safe stretches. They're going to target the whole body, so we're going to get into neck and shoulders, chest, back, legs, feet, all of it. So if you have injuries, this is going to be really great for you. We're not going to bear any weight on our joints, so really safe stretches. We're going to start at the wall, so go ahead and come to the wall, and you're going to stand with your side to the wall. I've got my left side of the wall, and extend your left arm out and place your whole palm flat against the wall. And then spin your bicep up towards the ceiling, so you're kind of rotating your arm. And press your hand really strong into the wall. You'll feel more of a stretch throughout your whole arm when you push into the wall versus just kind of hanging out there. So push your hand into the wall, spin your bicep up towards the ceiling, and then start to walk your feet to the right side. So you're turning your body to the side and come to a really nice, comfortable stretch. So don't overdo it. Keep pressing your hand strongly into the wall like you're trying to push it away from you. Keep spinning your bicep up, and if you can go a little bit further, go a little bit further. So we're getting all into the arm, we're getting into your chest muscles here. This gets really tight for most of us as we sit in our car and we hunch over at our desks and computers. It can cause a lot of shoulder pain too when you're tight there. So really important to stretch that out. Take another couple of breaths right here. And then we're gonna switch and do the other side. So come right on back, take your right hand to the wall, and then spread your fingers wide, press your palm flat against the wall, and then start to spin your bicep up towards the ceiling. So you're rotating your whole arm out, back behind you. Press strongly into the wall so that you can feel all that energy running up and down your arm. And then start to walk your feet to the left side, just spinning around, rotating your whole body. Keep pressing your hands strongly. Rotate your bicep up. And if you feel a lot of intensity here, just breathe. Keep breathing. And if you need more of a stretch, push your arm into the wall a little bit more. You'll feel it. So unclench your jaw. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Keep your whole body relaxed, except for your arm. Couple more breaths. And be really aware of where you're feeling it in your body. Notice if you feel it in the arm, if you feel it in the chest and the shoulder, just be very aware of those areas. Couple more breaths here. You can go a little further if you'd like. And then slowly come out. Good. For this next one, we're going to get into the shoulders a little bit more. So place both hands on the wall and then take your feet back a little bit. Keep your feet about shoulders distance apart. And then send your hips back. You're going to keep your back flat and then just press your chest down towards the ground. Keep your palms on the wall. And same as we did before, rotate your biceps up towards the ceiling, that same outer rotation. That just puts your shoulder in a really nice, stable position. If you'd like, you can drop your head down, so drop your chin towards your chest. That'll stretch out the back of your neck a little bit. And really focus on keeping your back flat. So notice if you're rounding in your spine at all. Stick your tailbone up towards the ceiling. Press your chest down. Press your hands firmly into the wall and draw your navel in towards your spine. And remember, keep spinning your biceps up towards the ceiling and then slowly come all the way up. Good. Now for this next one, interlace your hands back behind you, palms together, and then squeeze your shoulder blades together. Squeeze your elbows together. Open up the chest. I'll stand this way so that you can see from this angle too. And if this is enough for you, then stay here. If you'd like a little bit more, start to stretch your arms down towards the floor. Now you can keep your hands close to your body, but really roll your shoulders back. Draw your rib cage back. Be strong in your core. Good. And then if you feel like you could go further, you can start to raise your arms away from your back. But again, don't push it. If it's a lot, you can just keep your elbows bent, but keep squeezing shoulder blades back behind you. Again, unclench your jaw. Keep breathing. Good, and you can even take your chin towards your chest here. Really open up the back of the neck, upper back, chest, and then lift your chin all the way up towards the ceiling. Open up your chest, and then come back to center. Release your arms. Good. So for the next one, we're going to do a quad stretch standing at the wall. You can use the wall for balance. But first, I want you to take your hands to your hips. So your hips can rotate forward. They can also rotate back. You can tilt them back. So come on into your quad stretch. So shift your weight to your left leg and then pick up your right ankle. And take your right knee close to your left knee so your leg's not out to the side. So squeeze your right thigh toward your left thigh and pull your knee back so your right knee is in line with your left knee. And then tilt your pelvis back a little bit. You'll feel more of a stretch through the front of your right thigh when you do that. So keep your core engaged like you're trying to pull up, and keep kicking your right leg back. Pull your right thigh in towards your left thigh. So you should really feel a good stretch here. But just know with this one, you shouldn't feel this in your knee. So if you do feel a stretch in your knee, just ease off. You can bring the knee forward a little bit. You can ease up. Otherwise, continue doing that. Continue squeezing right thigh into left thigh, pulling your right knee back, and then tucking your pelvis under a little bit, pulling it up, pulling front of pelvis up. Good. And then slowly release that, and we'll do the second side. So come to right side to the wall. Again, shift your weight into your right leg and grab your left ankle. So if you're one of those people that gets into these and you're like, I never feel anything here, it's very likely that your left thigh is not as close to your right leg as it could be. So squeeze it in. Pull the knee back so that left knee is in the same alignment as the right knee. And then last but not least, tuck your tailbone. So use your abdominal muscles, pull up. Again, make sure you're not feeling any kind of pain or stretch in your knee. Those are ligaments and tendons, and you don't want to feel sensation there. You want to feel it in the belly of the muscle, so right in the middle of your left thigh. And continue breathing. So many times when we stretch, we create a lot of tension in our body. Our shoulders get really tense. We clench our jaw. So just be sure that you maintain a really nice, deep, slow breath, and that'll help ease any tension in your body. Good, and then slowly release that. You might want to stretch your leg out straight. For our last stretch at the wall, we're going to get into our calf muscles. So face the wall and take your left foot forward, right foot back. So a short lunge. Hands can come to the wall for support. And then you're going to keep your back heel, your right heel planted on the ground, and then bend your left knee and shift your weight forward. So you're lunging forward. And obviously you should feel this down the backside of your right lower leg. You may even feel it in your back of your right thigh into your hamstring muscles. Just shift your weight forward. Again, find a nice balance. So if you're feeling really intense, or if you're feeling a lot of pressure around your Achilles tendon, come up, ease up out of it a little bit. And just be present with your body and present with the sensations that you're feeling. So we're getting into one of your calf muscles. You have two in your calf. So to get to the other one, straighten your left leg, and then we're gonna bend the back knee just a little bit, and then you could start to lunge forward like that. So same thing, it's just back knee is gonna bend a little bit, and you don't have to bend it very far to feel it. So it's getting into a different part, or different muscle really, of your calf, one that we don't get to stretch very much. So again, find that nice balance. You may bend your knee quite a bit if you have that flexibility in your ankle. It may be just a teeny tiny bend that you can barely see, it's fine. As long as you're feeling the right amount of stretch. Good, and then straighten your left leg and we'll switch. So right foot forward, left leg back, nice short stance. keep your left heel planted on the ground, back leg straight, and then bend your right knee and then shift your weight forward. So whole torso comes forward towards the wall. And actively press your back heel down. So rather than just kind of being here passively, really press your left heel down. You'll feel even more of a stretch there. Soften your shoulders, soften your abdomen, keep your breath nice and long. Notice where in your leg you feel the stretch. Exactly where is it? Is it towards the heel? Is it towards the middle of the calf? Is it all over? And just be present with that. Good. So then straighten the right leg, bend the back knee just a little bit, doesn't have to be a lot. And in fact, this might be enough of a stretch just right here. If you need a little bit more, rebend your right knee, shift forward a little bit. I'm really tight on this side, so this is about as far as I'm gonna go. So again, my back leg might look kind of straight, but I know I have a little bit of a bend there, and that's all I need. Good, so we'll come out of that. And find your way onto the floor, just a comfortable seated position, and it can be on your mat, it can be in a chair if that's more comfortable. So we'll do some good stretches for neck and shoulders. So go ahead and take your chin down towards your chest. We'll just move in and out of a few positions first. And then reach your chin up towards the ceiling, but without collapsing in the back of your neck. So keep the front of your neck long. And then do that again, chin down towards your chest. Keep your chest lifted and lift your chin up towards the ceiling. One more just like that, chin down and chin all the way up. Good, come back to center and take your left ear over towards your left shoulder. Keep your shoulders soft and relaxed. And then come back to center, right ear over to right shoulder. Back to center, one more time each side, left ear to left shoulder. Just notice the tension that you feel, if you feel limited in your range of motion, right ear to right shoulder. And then come back to center. So let's get a little bit deeper into those. Take your chin down towards your chest and take your fingertips to the back of your head. And you're gonna press your head into your hands and press your hands into your head. And then you're gonna release that, but you're gonna gently push your chin a little bit closer. And by push, I mean super, super, super gentle. Don't force anything at all. And do that again. Press your head into your hands, hands into your head. And then release that action. Maybe you go a little bit deeper. So again, not forcing. Good, and then slowly release, and we'll do that to the side. So take your left ear over towards your left shoulder and take your left hand to the right side of your head. And you're gonna do the same thing. Press your head into your hand, press your hand back into your head. These are some of my favorite ones to do to get the muscles of the neck loose. And then release that, and maybe your left ear comes a little bit closer towards your left shoulder. Do that again. Press your head into your hand, hand into your head. Release. Maybe you go a little bit further. Stay here for a moment and reach your right arm out to the side. Really, really, really reach. And you might also bend your right elbow and take your hand back behind your back so that your shoulder pulls back. Get a little bit more of a stretch through the whole right side of your neck. And then gently release, come back to center. Take a couple of shoulder circles up, back, and down before we switch sides. Loosen everything up. Good, and then right ear over towards your right shoulder, just straight over so your head's not forward or back too much. And then take your right fingertips to the left side of your head. Same as before, press your head into your hands, press your hands back into your head, creating muscle tension, and then release that muscle tension, and maybe you go just a little bit further. You might not be able to see that you're going further, but you can definitely feel it. And then do that again. Press your hand into your head, head into your hand. Hold that. And then release. Maybe you go a little bit further. And again, if you want to take your left arm out to the side, you can do that. Reach your left arm straight. really, really straight as if you're trying to touch the ground or grab something. If that's great, stay here. If you want a little bit more, you can bend your elbow, take your hand back behind your body, and you should feel a really nice stretch to the side of your neck. Keep breathing. Keep your spine lifted and nice and tall. And then slowly release. Come back to center, do a couple of shoulder circles, up, back, and down. Good. Wrist circles. Tuck your thumb underneath your fingers and just circle your wrists. Doing this with the thumbs tucked will really get through the top part of your forearms, which are usually really tight in most of us. Go the other direction. Good, and then take your right arm straight in front and let the fingers drop down. And then you're gonna take your pinky in your hand and then pull your right pinky back. Keep your arm straight, it's really important you keep your right arm straight. And then just pull and slide your fingers down your right pinky. And then do that for each finger. So you pull the finger back towards your body and gently slide, pull your hand down. Do that to each one. Make sure your right elbow is straight when you do this. So again, this is really getting through all of this side of your arm. When you're done, do the other side, starting with the pinky. Left arm is straight. Pull your left pinky towards your body, slide your hand down. Do each one, go at your own pace. And notice if you come to one finger, it's like, wow, that's really, really tight. That's kind of tender. And just notice that. Take your time. Even do the thumb. Good, and then release all of that. So come on to all fours. We're gonna do a nice stretch for your feet. Tuck your toes underneath, and you can start to send your hips back towards your heels. So if this is already a big stretch for you, keep your hands on the ground and keep your weight forward into your arms. That'll be less weight that's in your feet. If you feel like you can go a little bit further, then you can start to walk your hands back a little bit, start to shift your weight more vertical. You could even sit completely straight right on top of your heels. It is intense, so if it gets to be too painful, come out of it a little bit. But this is a really, really great stretch to do every single day. Our feet get so tight from wearing shoes all the time, especially if you're wearing heels. So it's really, really important for foot health for you to keep them stretched. So come out of that, you don't need to stay there long, and then come down to a nice seated position and bring the soles of your feet together and let your knees come apart. So your knees may be really high off the ground, that's totally fine. You can either have your hands on your feet or you can have your hands back behind you. So the important thing here is that your spine is sitting up tall and that you're not rounding and tilting backwards. So if your hands are on your feet, pull your feet towards your body. So pull, lift your chest up, keep your spine really straight. If your hands are back behind you on the ground, press your hands into the ground and lift your chest up really tall. And as much as you can, try to release in your legs. Just let them go. I know it's probably a lot of sensation, but just breathe, relax as much as you're able to. If you find that you've got a lot of flexibility here, you can eventually start to walk your hands forward. A lot of us are not going to have that yet, but just know it's an option for one day. But go very easy. The groin area is just one of those areas that can be strained really quickly, so don't push it. Good, and then take your hands to your outer knees and use your arm strength to bring your knees together. Good, so that is all the stretches that I have for you, and I hope that they were really helpful for you. It's something that you can do every day. You can do these stretches every single day. It's perfectly fine. I would highly recommend it. If you have some injury or inflammation or pain, maybe do it every other day. Thank you for letting me guide you today. I hope you'll subscribe to Psychetruth to see more videos like this. And if you'd like to learn more about me, you can check out my website at lindseysamper.com. Namaste. You can find my full video library on Amazon, and it's free for Prime members. You can follow along with me from your TV, tablet, or the Amazon app on your phone, so you can join me for yoga class virtually anywhere.